Hello to everyone out there at FancyReba.com. I'm Michael Collins, and this is the FancyReba.com webcast. You know what? Final exams are over. I've moved back home for the summer, and I figured what better way to kind of pat myself on the back than to make myself a special little cake. Now, this isn't just any cake that I'm going to be baking. This is Reba's Cola cake. And if you'd like to find the recipe to this so that you can follow along to this webcast, you can go to the FancyReba forum, and in the recipes forum, the recipe for this cola cake is going to be right there. Now, I've never baked anything like this before from scratch. I've baked stuff from a box, so this is going to be a different experience. But you know what? With you following along, I'm sure that I'm not going to be able to only make this cake, but I'm going to be able to make it a wonderful cake as well. So stay tuned. We're going to be making Reba's Cola cake. It's coming up next. Can't believe it turned out. Hello to everyone back at FancyReba.com. Now, in the interest of saving some time so that this can be uploaded into YouTube, I've already taken some time to kind of prepare some of the preliminary ingredients. So I'm just going to walk you through step by step what I've done to get myself up to this point. First of all, what I've done into this nice big blue bowl, very nice, is I put 2 cups of flour and 2 cups of sugar. Now, you just want to use regular flour, regular powdered, not powdered sugar. You want to use the regular kind that you get in, like, you know, bag. I don't know too much about sugar, but that's what you kind of want to use. Put that in one separate bowl, okay? Then in a separate bowl, right here, I have a combination of 2 beaten eggs, 1 tablespoon of vanilla, and 1/2 a cup of buttermilk. That's in here. I pre-beat the eggs after I, took them out of the shell, added that all together, and I mixed it well. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see this, but it's kind of like a creamy kind of texture, as you can see probably from that color. So it's nice and beaten. You want to make sure it's blended evenly throughout. Then in this bowl right here, marshmallows! We have 1.5 cups of marshmallows, which will eventually be folded into the flour and sugar concoction. Now, what I have in this pan over here, I'm going to turn my back to the camera. I'm breaking a lot of different rules of journalism and stuff, but Barbara Walters, please don't hate me for this. I'm turning my back to the camera. Right here, we have a concoction of, I just want to make sure I get this right. It is 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 1 cup of Coca-Cola, right here, and 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and then 1 cup, or 2 sticks of margarine. That's in here. You want to combine that all in one saucepan like I did here. Then you want to go over to the stove, and you want to put this on the stove, and you want to put it there until it boils. So I'm putting it on high heat. I am blending it evenly, making sure I wish we had smell-o-vision on this camera, because this concoction smells so good. It smells chocolatey, it smells cola-y. It just smells simply fantastic. You got heat coming off of it. You want to put it on here until it boils. So we're going to put that right there and wait for it to boil. Now everything is already combined in this big bowl. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a whisk. Ta-da! This is a whisk. Crazy looking gadget, but it is a whisk. Because I'm going to add that mixture that's on the stove right now boiling. I'm going to add it into here to mix it all together. Oh geez. Now this is starting to come to a boil. Just starting though. Don't want to rush it. You want it to wait until it's a nice even boil. How do I know? I don't. I'm just giving it a guess. Alright. The mixture has come to a boil. Oh, this smells so good. I hope this turns out I hope it comes out alright, because it smells so fantastic. So what we're going to do right now is we have our bowl of flour and of the sugar. Remember, 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar. Now I have this cola, it's a cola concoction with cocoa powder and margarine. I'm going to pour it right over the flour and the sugar. Fantastic. I'm going to put the pot over there on a cool burner. And you're just going to start kind of beating and mixing it all together. You want to get out, you don't want, the purpose of this is you don't want any lumps, okay? I remember that. I know that much. You don't want any lumps. Because that would really not be too good. I wouldn't want to be eating a piece of cake and all of a sudden hit like a clump of the dry stuff. That'd kind of be disgusting. So we're just going to mix this all together in a nice twisting motion. I don't know. It works for me. Do whatever works for you. Now the instructions say you want to hand beat this. So avoid the temptation to use the hand beater. It's easy for me because I have no idea where it is. So I'm just going to hand beat this together. Oh wow, it's already starting to look like a dough. So I think it's not done being beaten, but look at how it's like kind of like a dough. So it looks like the cake batter that I get out of the box. So I'm going to assume that I'm on the right track. I'm going to take that wild leap and assume it. And I'm just going to keep mixing this together like so. Now look at this batter. If that doesn't look like heaven, tell me what is. Good Lord. Okay. Giving this some more whisks. Want to make sure it's completely and evenly blended. Muy importante. I know that much. Oh, that's my bird, Jomer. He's chiming in. Alrighty. Now this is evenly blended and it smells fantastic. Now take a look at this. It's a pretty nice, consistency. I hope it turns out. Otherwise, this is going to be pretty embarrassing. But I hope it turns out. See, there we go. Now what you want to do is you want to add your buttermilk, your eggs, your baking soda, all that stuff. That's right here. Already nicely mixed. You want to add it into this concoction. There we go. Doing well so far. Remember, if you're trying to follow along and saying, oh my god, he's going way too fast with this, remember, you can find the recipe. It's over on the forum. It's located at board.FancyReba.com. Recipes have a special section over there on the forum. And on top of this recipe for Reba's Cola Cake, you can find tons of other recipes for other things, like there's Linda Davis's, I think, one crust chicken pot pie, and Reba has a bunch of other recipes that are on there on the forum. So you can check those out when you have a moment. Who knows, maybe if people like this cooking with Michael kind of segment, I'll do some more of it. That is, of course, if this works. Hopefully it does. I'm sure it will.